Everybody, it's here. My new chair is here. What's up, my peoples? Welcome back to another episode of The Wheel Life. My name is John, and as you have just seen at the beginning of this video, my brand new custom fitted titanium wheelchair is in. I wanted to make this video not only to show you my brand new chair that is everything I could have ever wanted, but there's also a really cool story about how I went about getting the wheelchair. Because I didn't buy this chair, there was no way that I could afford it, and insurance refused me on getting it. So my hometown and people both near, far, and all over the place chipped in and got me this brand new chair. So you all made my dreams come true. But before I get into that story, let's talk about my chair. My wheelchair is made by a company called Hands-On Concepts, and man, they were just absolutely wonderful to work with. What I loved about working with them is that they don't make you feel like you are just a number to them. They take all of your requests into consideration, and they work so hard to do the best they can to put everything you want into your brand new chair. If you're looking for a new chair, I highly suggest checking out Hands-On Concepts. My Hands-On Concept chair is a titanium frame with an adjustable center of gravity. It has 4-inch casters with carbon fiber forks. It has 24-inch Spinergy LXL wheels with red anodized hubs and white spokes, and Carbolife Quadro push rims and Schwalbe Marathon Plus tires. It has welded side guards, a tapered front end, and a carbon fiber foot plate. It has a 13-inch Rojo carbon agility mid backrest, a welded backrest angle, a CrossFit style anti-tipper, and it has D's locks brakes, fixed push handles, and a Rojo cushion. Boy, that was a mouthful. You know, I got literally everything that I wanted and needed on this new chair of mine. I have been hurt for nearly 15 years, and I took all of the things from previous chairs, all of the components that I liked, that I didn't like, and I took that into consideration, and I put that all into this wonderful new chair. So it is the best of everything that I have come to love in a wheelchair over the years. Now, a lot of you at home might be watching this video without understanding the importance of a wheelchair in a disabled person's life. You know, when people think of wheelchairs, usually what pops into their mind is that wheelchair that you'll see in a hospital. You'll see your grandma or grandpa getting pushed around in. You'll see a pregnant lady getting wheeled out of the hospital in. But for myself and many other disabled people like me, those kinds of wheelchairs just do not cut it, because they are just one size fits all, no customization, no anything that is really necessary to live a full life in. And when you live your life in a wheelchair, it is so important to have a chair that is custom fitted and lightweight. You know, a spinal cord injury, it affects literally every aspect of a person's life. It robs a person of so much of their independence and their ability to live their life on their terms. But with the right adaptive equipment, it allows a person to be as independent as possible. When I sustained a spinal cord injury, it took me from a young, healthy, independent 17-year-old to a very dependent quadriplegic. And over the years, I have strived to learn to be as independent as I possibly can. And one thing that I have really learned is having the right kind of adaptive equipment, like a right fitting wheelchair, it can either make or break you. A correct fitting and lightweight wheelchair will make a massive difference in how a disabled person will live their everyday life. Having this custom fitted, lightweight wheelchair will allow me to push farther distances without damaging my shoulders or just expending more energy than I need to and tiring out. It will allow me to get in and out of various different vehicles, so now transportation will not be so much of a hassle. It will also allow me, because it's so much narrower, this thing fits like a glove, that I will be able to fit through doorways that aren't necessarily made wide enough for wheelchairs to fit through. Like many churches that I end up going to speak at, the doorways are tiny. So this chair opens up new worlds for me. What I really love about my new wheelchair is that it is custom made to my measurements and it has very minimal adjustments. So what this means is that there are less moving parts that have the opportunity to become loose and I have to keep them tight and I keep adjusting them. When it's fixed like this and welded together, there are less things to have to tinker with. This is really a huge deal because my mom, my wonderful mother, she's the one who helps me keep my wheelchairs rolling. And I'm not saying she didn't do a great job for the last 15 years on the ones I've had, but you know, it's not the easiest thing for her to do. So with less moving parts on my new chair, there's less work for her to do to keep them rolling right. So that is huge for her and for me. Like I said, I've been in this chair for almost 15 years now, and over the years, I have always used a titanium wheelchair because it's the lightest material available, and the lighter the chair, the more independence, the more health benefits, and all that good stuff. But a big problem arose when I found out that my insurance will no longer cover titanium wheelchairs. See, what insurance doesn't understand, because we're all just a number to them, is having a titanium and lightweight wheelchair is a necessity. It's not a luxury. My wheelchair, it is literally an extension of me. It is basically my legs. So it's so important to have it fit right and have it moving smoothly and effortlessly. Because let me tell you something, my life is hard enough. And the last thing that I feel like being worried about is getting in a wheelchair that is borderline falling apart. So with that said, if insurance did not cover this chair, how could I afford it, right? Because there's no way I could have done it on my own. Well, so after doing some brainstorming, I had this idea. I took my logo and I put it on a t-shirt, and I started a fundraiser through a website called customink.com. And when I did that and when I posted it, you know, I never really imagined that people would actually donate. I figured maybe I'd get a few people here and there, grab a t-shirt, but I never thought that I would actually raise enough funds to purchase a brand new wheelchair. So I posted it up, I put it on my social media accounts, I sent it to the town Facebook, and the next thing that I knew, it blew up. Not only did people buy t-shirts, but people who I have never met or haven't talked to in like 10 plus years all reached out to me and were like, John, we want to donate money for your new chair. It was absolutely wild. I had people showing up at my house at 9:30 at night to drop off checks to go towards my new chair. It was a truly wild and humbling experience, and I am just so blown away and so grateful. And within 2 weeks, 2 short weeks, I was fully funded with enough money to cover the cost of my brand new wheelchair. And if you don't know, custom-made wheelchairs are expensive. Being handicapped, it ain't cheap. I really just wanted to make this video just to thank everyone who donated money, who bought a t-shirt, who even just shared my story on their Facebook page. It literally means more than each of you know. Like, I wish I could put it into some eloquent words other than thank you, but from the bottom of my heart, thank you, thank you, thank you. You do not realize what a blessing you are in my life, and I am so grateful for each and every one of you. My old wheelchair, it was falling apart and hanging together by random miscellaneous parts that really didn't even belong on the chair itself. And thanks to your generosity, I am now sitting in the chair of my dreams. Throughout this whole ordeal of starting the fundraiser and everyone pouring their hearts in it, I learned a very valuable lesson. People do care, and it's okay to ask for help. And if you're newly injured and watching this, or if you've been hurt long like I have and you're struggling to get a new chair, please take it from me, don't be afraid to ask for help, because you never know. I didn't think I was gonna get any help, and I put it out there, and man, was I blessed by it. Sometimes you have to learn to swallow your pride and ask for help. I just wanna say a huge thanks to Hands-On Concepts for making me such a well-fitted and wonderful chair that I can be proud to sit in. Not only does the chair feel great to push in, but it gives me confidence because, in my opinion, it looks pretty cool. So thank you very much, Hands-On Concepts. And thank you again from the bottom of my heart to everybody who donated. God bless you. I hope He puts heaps of blessings on y'all. I want to end my video with a quote from a fellow named Rick Hansen. And it says this: "A wheelchair should not be a symbol of disability. A wheelchair is a vehicle to liberation and freedom, a chariot for independence." Thank you all for donating and getting me my chariot for independence. I hope you all are staying safe. I hope you all are keeping the faith. God bless y'all. I will see you next week in another video. Man, God is good. You guys are great. Take it easy. Let's go.